protecting their own self, not to Maryam. And that is where the Quranic narrative differs with the Ahmadiyya narrative. Quranic narrative is all about protecting and defending Maryam alayhi salam. Alhamdulillah, we established that the Ahmadiyya narrative is to protect those people who were accusing Maryam of fornication. That is the point, Razi, you never heard in your life, alhamdulillah.
Brother.
Okay, and it's still, I can use this time very quickly to add to this. The Quran decides to put the question to Jesus in the cradle as a baby. So how does Allah defend Mary against these accusations of unchastity? Allah makes Jesus speak as a child, as an infant from the cradle, as a miracle to defend his mother. What does the Qadianis do? What do the Qadianis do? Or what does Mirza Ghulam Ahmed do? He actually puts the burden on the Jewish rabbis or the Jewish elders. Okay, 1 second. I'm finishing time. And they basically oppress Mary instead of defending her. Instead of her tathir, they make her more impure by getting her married against the law of Moses. How is that tathir? That's actually desecration. If anything, that's desecration and disrespecting Mary. Yeah, over to you.
Jazakallah. So we never claimed the Jewish elders did the tathir. I said Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam did the tathir and explained all the background circumstances of what happened. Now, Imtiaz claimed I've never heard these points. Brother, these are not new points. I've already responded.
In which book?
Why are you speaking again? Why are you speaking again? I'm restarting my time again. These are new points, brother.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to
cutting me off. Now Imran's here. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's good. Imran Bhai came at the right time because I was,
So let me start.
You can. Let me.
And
Before
Imtiaz Bhai, just a reminder, you promised me at the end you'll give me 1 minute or something to show the true evidence.
Before,
Okay, so let me start.
Yes, you can get your 2 minutes. Why? What's your problem with me talking for a few seconds?
Because brother, you're speaking more than the debaters.
Brother, because I'm gonna ask you to address the very question. Okay, Mirza is still saying the marriage was illegitimate. Just one sentence, Razi. One sentence. When Mirza says that this marriage was against the law of Moses, is he actually is he negating the marriage or is he affirming the marriage?
Can I have my 2 minutes now?
No, you can. Well, one sentence so that you can go on for 2 minutes. No problem. Very quickly. When Mirza says that this marriage was against the law of Moses, okay, is this his perspective or is this the perspective of the Jews who are doing this to Mary?
This is the allegation of the Yahud. Hazrat Masih Maud said they do Tawheen. He says she wasn't at fault.
No. Okay, wait. When Mirza says that this marriage took place against the Sharia of Moses, is he making a statement of fact or is he representing someone's view?
100% this happened, but it wasn't an allegation that the Jews can present against Hazrat Maryam alayhi.
My question again, I'll repeat.
Brother, stop ruining the debate.
Razi.
I think you're worried.
This is the debate. Wait.
When Imtiaz doesn't need your help. Let the people decide.
He doesn't need my help. He's doing a good job, but I'm trying to compliment his job. 1 second. When Mirza states that this marriage was against the Sharia of Moses, is he making a statement of fact or is he representing someone's view?
He says that they did Tawheen by going against the Sharia, but Maryam alayhi salam is free of any blame.
Razi, I'll repeat my question, and even if I have to do it 50 times, I'll do it.
Keep asking. I'm going to keep answering this.
Okay. Mirza, when Mirza said that this marriage was against the Sharia of Moses, okay, was he making a statement of fact or was he representing someone else's view?
When Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam said this, that the nikah, the Yahudi trembled and they had to protect themselves, they did this nikah, he says that Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam isn't to blame. Yahudiyon ne, the Yahud.
I'm not asking that question. Keep waffling. You can go on waffling. No problem. I'm going to ask the question.
Imran said now we have 2 moderators, 2 commentators. This
Imran
is a cricket match.
I'll be happy.
This is a cricket match, brothers. We don't need commentary.
So
we are being.
Please, no. This
I'm
loving it, but now it's getting out of hand.
This is the crux of you making noise. You making noise is not going to make this debate messy. We're going to keep it respectful and fruitful.
I'm being respectful.
When Mirza said,
you mock my Khalifa, I didn't mock you.
Razi, get to the point. When Mirza said this nikah was against the Sharia of Moses, is this a statement of fact on his part or is this someone else's view he's representing?
This is him presenting the Yahudi allegations and he said she is not to blame.
Okay.
No, he agrees with them or not?
Wait. Imtiaz, leave it to me. Guys, leave it to me for a second. Leave it to me.
Not for the nikah.
Razi, I will repeat the question.
The blame point is regarding the birth. Don't mix the references.
I will repeat the question. Mirza, when he said this nikah is against the Sharia of Moses, is this a statement of fact or is this someone else's view he's representing?
So this is what the law of Musa said, but
you're not answering my question.
Wasn't to blame. I am answering.
No, I'm asking. When Mirza said this nikah was against the Sharia of Moses, is he making a statement of fact which he himself believes in, or is he representing someone else's view?
So Hazrat Ahmed Asalam is mentioning the Torah that it forbade marriage, but the circumstances, because of what happened, she's not able to be blamed. She's free of sin.
I'll repeat the question again.
Brother,
When
no,
I
Mirza,
answered it. It was
wait,
against the
clarify your
Torah.
question,
The
Razi?
Jews forced her to do it. She did
Even-
not
I'm just going to
originally
clarify the question
have
if that's
anything
okay.
to do with that because
Brother
of
Razi,
the...
1 second, please. I'm just going to clarify because we're going around the circles, and I've just sort of I've been
Brother,
listening to this on my way
You
back
don't
from
need
work.
two commentators.
Brother Razi, I want to block because you're talking over the person who's trying to talk to you. So just
You're
it's
not in the
it's not a
debate.
good way to discuss if you're
You're
talking
not
over
in the
people.
debate. though. We have...
Can you just calm down, Razi? Because you're really emotional. I don't know why. We're trying to ask a very simple question. We want to determine whether the nikah of Maryam alayhi salam to Joseph, according to the Ahmadi narrative, if this is considered to be halal or haram according to their Sharia.
According to Mirza,
One second.
according to Mirza,
According to the
according to Mirza.
Sharia,
One second.
there's...
One second.
Doing.
Razi, calm down.
We don't
Why
need
are you
here.
agitated? Just
One was
calm down.
moderating.
We're trying to
Let me finish.
clarify something
Let me
very
finish.
important, and you're not allowing the clarification. All we want to know is whether this marriage was a legal marriage or an illegal marriage according to the Sharia. Now, Mirza Ghulam Ahmed states very clearly in the reference provided to you, and
Have you read
putting
it
on mute
ever?
because I know you're going to talk.
Have you read it ever?
I've heard
Have
it
you read
presented.
it?
I'm muting
Have you
this
read
for
it?
you.
Have you
Razi,
read it?
calm yourself down, brother. Calm
Razi,
yourself
just let it be,
Allow
brother.
the question to be asked. There's nothing wrong with this. We're trying to clarify
You
truth.
haven't even read it, bro.
I'm clarifying the truth with you, yeah, because I've heard it presented, yeah. Now, it was presented that this is not a legal marriage according to the Sharia of the time. Now, the question is being asked very simple to you. It's a very simple question. I don't know why you've taken that long to sort of come to the answer. It's very simple. If you want to give it, did Mirza Ghulam Ahmed consider this to be a legal nikah or not a legal nikah?
Legal.
I want to tell you.
Legal.
I want to tell you one
Legal.
thing.
Legal.
One second.
Legal.
1 second, Razi. 1 second, Razi. I'm pausing. I'm muting because you talk over people when they're talking. So we don't want to know whether there was an excuse for her. We're not interested in this answer. We don't want to know whether the people who were conducting the proceedings were Muslims or not Muslims according to the time. I don't think this is relevant. We want to know that according to Mirza Ghulam Ahmed, was this a legal nikah or an illegal nikah according
It
to
was
the Sharia?
legal in the sight of Allah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now, my question is now, when you claim it was legal in the sight of Allah, produce evidence that Mirza believed that it was legal in the sight of
Can I
Allah.
get my 2 minutes now? That you
No.
promised me like
Just
30
present the
minutes
evidence. I'm
ago.
waiting.
So we
Just
want to
present the
clarify this
evidence.
point. So
Conversation.
you've made a
conversation.
statement that seems to go
Yeah.
against the reference provided to
No,
you.
it doesn't, Imran, but
We
you
would like
haven't
you to
read the
clarify this
references.
for us.
Okay.
Firstly,
Okay.
Imran, but you haven't read them. So why are you
Please
saying it goes
clarify-
against
This
them?
is why.
Just.
The answer to his question, please. Thank you.
Okay, I will repeat my question, Imran Bhai, and I know exactly why I'm wording the question this way, because I know where is this going. When Mirza said that this nikah was against the Sharia of Moses, did Mirza actually believe that to be the case, or he's actually representing someone's view?
No, this was the case. It was against the Sharia.
Okay, this is amazing now. That's it. You
Now
see,
can I
it's
answer?
a wait.
Sharia, but for Maryam alayhi salam, Allah knew
Now,
the situation as
guys,
not to blame.
come,
She is free of sin. She didn't
don't
go
go
against
berserk.
Allah.
Don't
The
go
Sharia is
berserk.
relaxable
Razi,
based on
Don't
the
go-
Let
circumstances.
Adnan
Razi,
clarify. No one can hear
Don't
anything.
go hysteric. Don't go hysteric.
Brother,
This is
you guys
beautiful.
all speak for 30 minutes.
I'm going to pause.
Razi, this is it. This is the crux of the matter. There's no going back on this now. You have just now confirmed that Mirza stated a fact that this nikah was against the Sharia of Moses.
Not against
Brilliant.
Allah. Not against Allah.
No.
You're
Listen,
interrupting
big
again, Razi. You're
difference.
talking over the person.
Brother Imran,
You will have time to
you don't need
respond.
to-
You will have
Razi,
time.
why
to
are you
respond.
so
Don't
hysteric?
Talk over the person when they're
Why
talking.
are you so hysteric?
Calm
Just
yourself down,
No.
Razi.
Allah,
You
not
calm
against
down.
Calm down,
calm,
please.
calm down. Let us have a conversation, a friendly, brotherly,
Do
human
2 minutes.
conversation. Now
Calm
you have
down.
look. It was so simple. It was so easy. I asked this question about 10 times, and you were not giving me this answer. I have the answer now. That Mirza stated a fact that he believed to be a fact that this nikah was against the law of Moses.
Not against
Okay.
Allah.
You're talking over the person speaking to you again,
Brother
Razi. And then you
Imran,
say,
we don't need your
and then
comments.
you
No,
say that you're
no.
respectful. I don't understand this.
Okay.
I don't understand this behavior.
Okay.
Could you allow the person to speak, please? I would appreciate that.
Yeah, the law of Moses was the law of Allah at the time. No one disputes that.
So
No
let
Muslim.
me
No,
let me answer.
now wait. You can answer. Wait for your time. Wait. Turn. Let me finish. The law of Moses was the law of Allah on the land at the time, and Mary was bound by that law. So was everyone else. Now, if the law of Moses did not allow this marriage, okay, that renders the marriage illegitimate. This is the point, and Mirza acknowledges that. You have already acknowledged that Mirza stated a fact that this marriage
was
was
not
against.
in-
Wait,
Brother,
brother, wait.
don't mute me
You're
every
talking over
time.
the
What
person
Yeah,
speaking
because
to
you are
Rosie. What would
talking
you
over
expect?
me. I'm not finished yet. Okay, I don't know who's doing these fireworks behind me. I don't know where do they come
It's your
from.
hand
These
signals,
fireworks.
brother Adnan.
Sorry.
When you make your hand signals, it automatically generates.
Okay, let me see if that. Oh yeah, brilliant. I like it.
Wallahi, it's a
I'm
sign.
gonna
It's a sign from Allah.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. This is a sign from Allah subhanahu
The
wa ta'ala. Okay.
fireworks are a sign from Allah?
Yeah, this is a celebration that
Okay,
we're
so
getting
you're
somewhere.
celebrating
Okay,
that.
that we're getting somewhere. Wait. Okay, now
Maybe it's
Razi,
Islam's coming. Check
Allow the
Eisa.
person to finish speaking, Rosie.
Razi has made it very easy for us now to follow the conversation. Imtiaz bhai, congratulations. Razi has now acknowledged, which is what we're trying to do for the last 2 hours, that Mirza made this statement as a fact that the marriage was definitely against the law of Moses,
Not
which was
against
the law.
Allah.
Oh, brother,
repeat
brother.
Adnan bhai, can I speak
wait.
for 1 minute?
Yeah, you can. Let me finish. You can.
It's my turn.
Wait.
Turn.
So the law of Moses was the law of Allah on the
No,
land
the
for the Israelites.
circumstance that arose.
Wait.
You're talking over
Let me
the
finish.
person speaking to you,
Yeah,
right?
Because he's been
yeah.
No one
speaking
will
Because
30
understand
minutes,
your
30 minutes.
Imran bhai, you have to understand his position. He has landed himself in
No,
a pit that he
no,
won't be able to climb out.
no.
So that's why he's
Let
doing
me-
this.
Rosie,
That's why he's
calm
doing
down.
this.
Rosie, calm down, please. You're talking over the
Calm
person.
down. I'm gonna pull you out of the pit. Don't worry. I'm not gonna let you in there. Come on.
You're
I'm gonna
in-
help you.
You're
I'm gonna
in
help
the
you.
brother. So let
Okay.
if
Okay.
Rosie, you're
in the
getting
pit,
very,
why
very triggered.
you
I need
get-
you to calm down, please.
mute me
Be
every
calm,
second?
Rosie. Just be
Let
calm.
me speak the
Rosie,
truth.
this is
Rosie, you're a
this is
grown
getting.
adult. Please be calm.
Take him off the screen for a few minutes until Adnan finishes and then bring him back.
I think we might have to resort to that. Rosie, if
Because
you
you guys
can
are-
be calm,
Because
Rosie,
you
take the
are
screen
not,
for a moment.
Rosie, you are stuck now, and you're doing this because you're stuck. So let me finish, and you can talk.
Wallahi, I'm not.
Okay, let's see.
No one
Let's see.
This
Rosie
is
has
stuck.
just.
Called Ibn Kathir.
Rosie,
Answers, please
stuck,
calm
bro.
down.
Rosie, let me finish. Rosie has just acknowledged that Mirza, his prophet, declared the alleged marriage, which Mirza himself alleged in a very unique way, based upon the Jewish rabbinical literature he claimed he found. We haven't found it yet. Okay, he claimed he read the story somewhere in a Jewish rabbinical writing, and basically he's claiming that this nikah, Mirza states, this nikah was illegitimate according to the law of Moses. Okay, that means that Mary was forced to marry against the law of Moses, which renders the marriage illegitimate. And if that's the case, then Mary was forced into an illegitimate relationship with a man she did not want to marry, who was already married. And according to Mosaic law, this marriage was incorrect, unlawful on so many different levels, as Mirza himself describes. Okay, so now that means that renders the marriage illegitimate.
Can I speak
And
now?
children born of this marriage cannot be
Astaghfirullah.
owned.
This is your belief,
Wait. This is what Mirza is saying. You just acknowledge that Mirza said
No, he
this was
did that,
according.
brother. Let me
Rosie, you're
speak now.
talking over the person. Let them finish, and then you can have your time.
40
Be
minutes,
calm,
brother. He's
Okay,
been
okay.
calm.
I
40
want to ask this question.
Be calm,
On
please.
was okay. Imran bhai.
minutes.
Okay.
Indignation is not doesn't give
Rosie,
truth.
answer one question. The law of Moses in the 1st century CE, when Mary was alive and Jesus was alive, was the law of Moses the law of Allah for the Israelites? Yes or no?
Can I get my full 2
No,
minutes?
no,
to
you
answer?
can. But
No,
yes or
then
no?
I
Yes or
won't
no?
speak. No, I want my full 2 minutes.
Say no. No
Brother,
problem.
this
No
isn't how
problem.
you discuss. You
Razi,
can't dictate.
was the
You've
law
been
of
speaking
Moses?
for 40 minutes.
Just
Give
say
me my
yes or
truth.
no.
Why are
Say
you guys
no.
afraid,
We're
brother?
going to give you
Why are
time.
you
You can
guys
explain.
afraid? Why are
You
you
can-
guys afraid to let me answer?
Razi. This is not being moderated because I was the moderator. Now I'm trying to get
I
some
will
clarity
address
because you were playing
everything.
games
Rosie,
for the
calm
last
down. Rosie, relax.
Give
Right.
the Imtiaz,
Ra-
you're breaking this. This wouldn't happen.
Razi, why
I
are you
knew it
behaving
would
like this?
happen.
The whole
I
world
knew
can
it
see
would
it.
happen.
We're being very calm.
I
It's
don't
for-
care
it's-
about
it's-
the world. I care about alone, brother. I don't need anyone
So that
to be pleased with me. Give me
why are you
Calm
so
down.
scared of answering my question? Was the law of Moses the law of Allah for the Israelites in the 1st century CE?
They distorted it in the time of Maryam.
I'm not
It
asking
had
that
already
question.
been distorted.
I'm not asking that question.
It's when Allah says
I am
Torah
not-
wal Injil, He's not saying the Bible in your bookshelf, brother. Understand this. Now, Imtiaz Bhai, give me 2 minutes. I will address everything he said in just 2 minutes without anyone cutting me off.
Okay,
Brother
before you-
Imtiaz, if
that's
you
fine.
come
Before
on
you
my
start-
team, wallahi, I would never
Rosie,
do this
calm
to you.
down.
Wallahi, I would never do
Rosie,
that.
calm down. Don't worry. No one's doing anything to you apart from trying to get an answer.
Razi, you always kick people off your stream, so please
Okay, I
please
don't
save your
behave
lives.
like this. I
But
don't
just,
behave like
so
this.
just
Now
to
we have
clarify,
a
now there's a
third
couple of 1 second. There's a couple of things that now need to be clarified.
I don't need
First,
your moderation.
Rosie,
What they said, let me
I'm
speak.
sorry. This is my role, so please be calm and don't tell
You
me how to
weren't
do it.
here
I'm going. I'm
Let us
asking you to
finish.
calm down. I'm asking Rezi, calm down, please. We're trying to get somewhere. So now we know that according to your statement, you said that Mirza Ghulam Ahmed said this was a legal marriage, but it was illegal according to the Sharia of Moses. Yeah. Now you've said that the Sharia of Moses was corrupted at that time. Calm down.
I had no.
Calm down.
What are you talking about? I didn't.
Rezi, calm down.
Why are you putting those comments?
Calm down.
Why are you putting those comments on the screen?
Which comments on the screen?
Some comment.
Can you calm down and stop getting triggered by the people in the chat who are not?
Then.
It's not significant.
Don't put them on the screen.
By other people.
Don't put them on the screen.
Rezi,
why
calm down. Rezi, calm down.
Don't put them on the screen.
I'm not in control of the chat and the comments.
Okay, tell them to.
We need you to be calm down.
Rezi, you've kicked me off. There you go. So be quiet.
2 days ago.
Now you're being childish, Rezi. Calm down. So first thing. So now I'm having to re-clarify. So you've admitted that according to Mirza Ghulam Ahmed, this was a legal marriage. It was a compliant marriage. Also, you said that this marriage was not legal according to the Sharia of Musa alayhi salam. And Brother Adnan raised a very clear question about was the Sharia of Musa alayhi salam irrelevant or abrogated in any way at that time? So that's one thing that you have to clarify when you're asking this question, because we now know, because then we have two contradicting statements here. Either the marriage was legal according to the Sharia of the Prophet under which Maryam alayhi salam was, or it was not. And you're saying that they were saying you said in the sight of Allah it wasn't. So now you have to bring something that clarifies that there is something overriding that particular law or ruling amongst those people, and we'd be interested to hear that. So that's the question about that. Is the ruling of Moses? Yeah. Is the law of Moses not the law of Allah at that time? Okay, I'll start your time now, okay?
So the marriage was legal according to Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam because of the circumstances that happened. Now we have to remember, no one knew that Allah would make someone pregnant without the agency of a male. It was such a great miracle. It had never happened ever before, right? So you cannot judge such a miraculous incident where there's so much panic and whatnot and just say, oh, the law said it wasn't allowed, so this istisna, this exception, will be judged by that law. No one knew this miracle would happen. The elders panicked and they did this marriage because of the circumstances. So Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam writes in his books in Kishtiyanu and many other places, he defends Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam from the allegation of the Jews, and he says, why are you people saying it was illegitimate? He responds to them and says it was a majburi and we must look at it with rahmah, with mercy, not itiraz. Someone who goes against the Sharia, there's itiraz on them. Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam says we shouldn't look at them with itiraz, qabil rahm. We must look at it with rahm and mercy and good heart. And he says Maryam Siddiqa thi, she was truthful, free of any error. Okay, so this is my answer. Now, as for your question, was it abrogated? This specific command? No, this was a part of the Sharia of Musa alayhi salam, but exceptions are always there. And as for your statement that was it the same Torah Adnan Bhai was saying, no, it wasn't. They had already changed many statements. I don't know if you guys agree with this, but this is my belief as an Ahmadi Muslim. So this is my answer. I still have 20 seconds or 40 seconds. How much time do you have left? No, Adnan Bhai, don't cut me off, please. Imran Bhai was giving me my time. Imran Bhai, how much time do I have left?
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Okay. So in conclusion, till now, they haven't presented a single ayah that says she never married. So I answered every single point. I answered Adnan Bhai's point. He kept saying that, oh, where's the credo incident? I told you, Hazrat Ahmed said Isa defended her. So your Bazurgan, who you believe are Muslims of that time, why didn't they defend Maryam alayhi salam? Why did they say, call her Baghiya na'udhu billah? You need to answer this. Jazakallah. Now let's please do 2 minutes. Others are waiting.
Your time is up.
Imran bhai, I want to continue now, please.
Yes. I'm just going to clarify something, brother, because there is an issue. So there's one issue.
Did he answer my question?
Just 1 second, I'll come to that. So I don't think
no,
so.
He did not.
Yeah, he didn't answer your question. I don't think so.
He didn't answer my question? Okay, we're not moving on.
Did I answer Imtiaz's question? Did I answer your question, Imran?
No, you did not.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Wait. If he did not answer my question, we're not moving on. I'm sorry. We're going to stay here for the whole night if we have to. Razi, the question is, when Mirza said that, you've already clarified that Mirza said that according to the law of Moses, this was an illegitimate marriage between Joseph the carpenter and Mary. And was the law of Moses the law of Allah for the Israelites in the first century CE?
Was the law of Khidr to kill children?
Yes.
So you're deflecting from the question.
Oh, astaghfirullah.
So 1 second.
Adnan Bhai just said the law of Khidr was to go kill children.
One second, Razi, because this is not helping us. Because you have to establish that the law of Khidr was applicable to any other human being.
We're not addressing that. Sorry.
It's irrelevant to this. The question is being asked is something very specific.
Stick to this point.
And you're not answering the question. So please focus on that.
I did
We'll give another 2 minutes.
Was the law of Moses the law of Allah in the first century CE for the Israelites?
100% preserved, no, but yes, it had the law of Allah
That's
in
not my
it.
question.
I'm not going to say it was the law of Allah preserved. They changed the law. law by
asking you
then.
this question.
Was the
We're
law
asking you
of
this question.
Allah.
It had the laws of Allah in it. Yes.
Okay, whatever law Zachariah and Mary and Jesus and Yahya followed,
Yeah.
that law was the law of Moses.
They followed it right. They followed it
Okay.
right. But the
So
Yahudis,
Mary,
they did their
Mary
own
was
tahrif.
Mary was married to Joseph the carpenter against the law of Allah, correct?
Against the law of Musa, alayhi salam, not against the law of Allah, because Allah is alimul ghaib.
I-
He looks
again,
at the
again,
circumstances.
again,
I won't
again,
try to, you know,
again.
I know what you're trying to do. It
Was-
won't work on.
Mr. Razi, was the law of Moses the law that the Israelites practiced, because we have no other law
Yes,
for them.
yes, yes.
We have
They
no
were
other law for
practicing
them.
that, but Allah knew of this
No, no,
miracle. They
Razi,
didn't.
Razi, stop
They
it.
rejected the miracle. So
Stop
Allah
it.
had His plans of what would
Razi,
happen.
Razi, you're not going to get out of this one. We're not leaving
Brother,
it. We're
I'm
going
not
anywhere.
trying to get out of it. This is the
Okay.
fact, the history.
But you understand, Rosie, this is not clear. What you're
Razi,
saying is not clear, yeah? It's actually confusing.
You're the
what you're saying.
moderator. Let the
I am
public
moderator,
decide.
which is
So
why I'm
we don't
telling you
need
that this
your-
is not
we
clear.
don't need
I'm
your-
going to mute you because you
Razi,
have a strange way of
We
speaking.
don't
Razi,
need
Razi,
your
My
thoughts.
job is not just to time you; it's
I
actually
want-
to clarify the discussion.
I
And what I'm
want
saying to you is
everyone
that you're not being clear in your answer. There's
For the
there's
pub-
ambiguity, which is why you're
decide.
being asked
For
the
the
question again.
public,
Everyone,
What
not
brother-
you.
What Brother
Okay.
Adnan will do is clarify the question to you because you haven't answered it, and then you can
everyone
answer,
watching,
please. Yeah, Brother
everyone
Adnan?
watching, everyone watching. I want you to take clips out of this and share these clips with all
Please
the
do,
Qadianis and
please
Ahmadis you
do.
know in the world. Let them see what these Murabbis are being trained for. They are trained for not answering
Let me
directly because they
Let
get
me
trapped.
upload the video on my channel. Let me
Razi,
upload
you're
this.
talking over the
Now-
person who's
now
talking.
Razi,
Why can't I upload it? Because no,
Razi,
you're not.
you're talking over the
Razi,
person who's talking to.
I am not going to leave this. I'm known for my stubbornness. Like I'm gonna stay here all night. The law of Allah was the law of Moses for the Israelites was the law of Allah.
Can I get
So
my
wait,
2 minutes?
No,
It's a very straightforward
Very
question.
simple
You're gonna
question.
reply to
Okay, let me
minutes.
upload this
you
whole
don't need.
debate on my
You,
channel.
you don't need to present
me
it.
upload
easy.
Was the law Ahmadi, you're only interested in clicks and views, or you're interested in
No,
having the
you guys
conversation about
are.
the truth?
So you're saying I'm
You're
scared,
interested in having
right?
the conversation about
No,
the truth.
You're interested.
They're
It's
interested
not
in having a
monitored.
conversation. Rezi,
I'm not
you need,
monitored.
Rezi, you need to calm
I'm
yourself
not
down, Rezi.
monetized.
Rezi,
Why'd you
you're
raise
throwing a
investigation?
tantrum, Rezi.
Why'd you raise an
Rezi,
You
calm
said
down.
clicks and views.
Rezi, calm
That's
down.
moderator.
Rezi,
He
calm
is
down.
right. You do that, Razi. All you do is do clips out of context. A 14-minute clip, 38 seconds, and you're not even representing it. So you do that. Stop lying.
So it's a very straightforward
I'm
question.
gonna
Brother,
come
no,
back
the
to
question
this,
again.
guys.
I'm
gonna
busy
come back to
moderating. I'm busy
Razi,
moderating.
was the law of Moses the law of Allah for the Israelites in the first century CE?
Can I get my 2 minutes?
Was the law
No.
of Moses
It's a
the
simple
law for
question.
the Israelites in the first
It's a simple
century?
The
question.
law of Moses was distorted, but the righteous people like Maryam, Zachariah, and Yahya, they actually followed the true law. Allah gave them wahi ilham. They knew
I'm
what's
gonna
from
repeat the
Allah,
question.
what's not. But
They
not
were-
everything was from the law of everything in that book was not the law of Allah. No.
I'm not gonna allow you to play these games. Was the law of
There's
Moses?
no game, brother. There's no game.
Mirza says law of Moses. He says the law of Moses. Mirza is not saying the changed law of Moses.
I never said this law is.
Mirza is saying Shariat Musawi.
I never said this law is changed
You're talking
ever.
over the
Now
person.
you're running away from your prophet.
Speak. It's
You're
my
running
turn
away
to
from the
speak.
Dajjal prophet.
You're the
Okay?
Dajjal. Ulama are the
Can you,
No problem.
Ulama are the Dajjal. What
Fine.
does this?
guys, can we just
I'm
not
not-
have,
I'm
let's
just
not
saying-
insult each other. Let's get down to a
Wait,
conversation.
Imran.
Rezi, calm down. Rezi, calm down. Let's not make
Just
jibes
say
at each
these-
other. Let's not
I
make jibes at
didn't.
each other.
What?
Let's try.
help
Rezi,
it.
calm yourself down, please.
Here's
Rezi,
the
please
Jalam-
be calm. Rezi,
What
you be
does
calm.
this do? You're just
Rezi,
mocking.
Rezi, you be calm. I
Rezi,
agree. We should not be
Rezi,
putting jibes at each other.
Instead of going on for so long, just answer the question.
So
Was
give
the
me
law-
2 minutes. If
I'm
I
gonna use
if I
Mirza's
don't
word.
answer,
Let him ask the question, then
then
you can answer.
I'm gonna use Mirza's word. Was Shariat Musawi or the Sharia of Moses the law of Allah for the Israelites in the first century? I'm gonna
can
use
I
Mirza's
get 2
word.
minutes to answer?
No,
If I don't answer, then throw me off the stream.
no, you are not answering. You can say yes.
Brother, give me 2 minutes.
can
Give
say
me
yes,
2
or you can
minutes.
say no.
It demands more answers. Okay, is the Torah Hudan wa Nur?
Razi, I'm gonna repeat
Answer
the
my
question.
question. Yes or no?
What-
Is it Hudan wa
was
Nur?
Sharia-
Is it
was the
Hudan wa
Sharia-
Nur? Is it Hudan wa
was the-
Nur? You
Razi,
can't answer. You can't
was the
answer. You're
Sharia-
stuck. See?
Razi,
Rosie, we want to know your answer to the
Is
question
Torah
that's being
Hudan and
asked.
Nur? You can't answer.
You're being asked a question very
Is
specifically.
Imran Bhai, does the Quran say
You're
Isa
being
is alive in the
asked
skies
a
with his
question
body?
very
Yes or no?
specifically.
You can't answer.
Now,
either.
what you do is you don't give an answer, you give a question. And that doesn't help to answer
It's
the
a
question.
debate tactic.
So you can say,
Guys, we're not
absolutely,
moving
we understand. I agree with you. You are using debate tactics to avoid answering the question.
No, I answered
Now,
already.
what we'd like you to do is stop using debate tactics and come directly
Okay,
to the
give me
point.
30 seconds. I'll answer.
You've said something very specific earlier on that was contradictory when
Look
you
at
said
these
it.
disrespectful comments. You just let them play.
Don't-
Great
Razi, the
moderator.
Ahmadis-
Triggered by
Razi,
Great
comments.
moderating.
Don't get
Ahmadis are
triggered by the
commenting.
comment.
Ahmadis are commenting. Kick him out. He's an embarrassment to our community.
Say by Allah, he's an Ahmed.
Wallahi, I just read a comment. Wallahi.
Say wallahi, he's an Ahmed.
You called me a fake ex-Ahmadi for the longest time. What's the nonsense you're talking about all the time?
Guys, can we just
Okay, look,
be
look,
let's
Razi.
take the emotion, let's take the emotion down a bit.
Put the comment back up.
Razi, calm
Put
yourself.
the comment back up.
Razi, see how we're avoiding the topic?
Everyone go
This is an
quiet for a
avoidance
second.
of the topic.
Everyone go quiet. Razi's doing this for us. Razi, the Sharia of Moses, as worded by Mirza, was it the law of Allah in the first century?
The whole thing was not the law of Allah.
Razi, was the Sharia of Moses, as worded by Mirza, okay, was it the law of Allah in the first century?
Are you speaking of this specific law? This law right here?
The Sharia of Moses mentioned by
They twisted it. No, they twisted it completely.
The one mentioned by Mirza.
Yeah.
The Sharia of Moses mentioned by Mirza.
Brother, you call the Torah till today, you call it Torah. Is it
Brother,
from
I'm saying
Allah?
Sharia-
Is it
I'm
from
saying
Allah?
Sharia of Musa.
Is the Torah?
Sharia
Let me clarify your
Is
question.
the Musa Sharia they
Brother,
have to
no,
take from
let
Allah?
me, Razi, I'm going to clarify the question because it's not. We're going in a circle. So
Razi,
Mirza Ghulam
Razi.
Ahmed in his writings, he refers to something as the law of Moses. Yeah, the Sharia of Moses. Is that the Sharia of Moses, or is that something that was corrupt that he was referring to?
This law that he's referring here was the actual Sharia. And in my long answer that you
Okay.
gave me 2 minutes, I mentioned that. But the Torah that we call the Sharia of Musa today, all your ulama say, Torah, they don't mean the Torah that Allah says it's Hudan wa Nur. It's been
Okay. Thank
distorted.
you very
So I
much,
have to
Brother
be
Razi. So,
careful with
I
what I
appreciate-
say. If I
appreciate
say it's
you answering the
Allah's
question.
law, that's unjust because it's not
I
completely
appreciate
the
you
law of
answering the
Allah.
question.
Guys, I request you
Imran
to
bhai, is it? I want to speak about something. Is it okay?
Sure,
Adnan bhai,
sure.
can I say
I just
something?
want to clarify.
Imtiaz, we
So,
have to go soon too.
go ahead, but we're not moving on from this question. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Razi, you
I just
said you
want-
have all night. Why are you leaving now? Running away, buddy?
Because I read namaz, that's why.
I thought
Razi,
you
are you
said you
coming
have
back?
all night.
I read
Imtiaz bhai,
Salat,
go ahead.
brother. I'm
It's
Muslim.
okay.
Say what you
I'll
want.
come back after Isha. I'll go read Fajr. I'll come back
once
after
you-
that too.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
We're gonna
So
stop
Razi,
this.
please,
Please go ahead.
Razi, my request is that even if you go for Salah, please come back. So this is my request to you. Okay,
Okay.
now, inshallah, Adnan bhai will continue with his point because when previously you were given 2 minutes, you made certain points. I just want to clear because we don't want to keep the waters muddy.
Can we
So
time it?
you said that
Can we
you
time
said
it?
that
I'll start the timer. I'll start the timer.
yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, Razi, we have produced clear evidence and you have admitted that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani admitted that this nikah was against the law of Moses, which was the law of Allah of that time, and this was an insult to the law of Moses. This is the position of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. You admitted this. You keep saying that, but this was not against Allah. This was, you need to produce evidence, okay? You can't just make claims here. The only evidence you produce so far is, and we know already, we have discussed already that the family was forced into this situation. We are asking you because you claim it's the sna. You claim an exception. Razi, please, we are not going to allow you to play with law of Moses either. You have to produce that in the law of Moses, there is such exception or istisna that if a woman is forced into marriage, then the illegal marriage will become a legal marriage, because we all know forcing into marriage makes it even more illegal, not legal. Okay. And then after that, you said that we have not quoted any ayah. Razi, I said before, let me say it again. Don't try to deceive the viewers. The point is very simple. It is all your narrative which we are presenting. And this narrative is not in the Quran. What Quran you want me to quote? This is an anti-Quran narrative. And you need to quote the Quran to back it up. If you saying it is in the Quran or Sunnah, let me ask a simple question. Produce from Quran and Sunnah Joseph the Carpenter. It's not there. What you are talking about? You need to produce the ayat. Don't try to deceive the audience. And last point is, very important point. In this reference, everybody can see the same kuffar who accusing Maryam of fornication. They are declared as the elder of the Maryam. They are declared as the one who get her married. For what reason? They are trying to protect their own dignity, not her dignity. It is all nonsense, brother. What you saying?
Time is up, brother. So, brother, what I'd like to do, because brother Imtiaz was clarifying some of the points that brother Razi had raised earlier on. If you can just if you can just clarify your question so that we can clear that as well, so brother Razi can respond to that next time.
Okay, my question is the same, that if the law of Moses is the law of Allah, which it is, and Mirza is clearly acknowledging that, calling it Shariat-e-Musawi means he believes that this is the law of Moses, which was the law of Allah at the time for the Israelites. And according to that law, the marriage was illegitimate. Mirza acknowledges that. And if that's the case, then Mary was forced into an illegitimate relationship and had illegitimate children according to the law of Allah, according to the law of Moses, which is a slander, bigger slander than Mirza is allegedly protecting or defending Mary from. Mirza chapter, the chapter heading which Razi himself put out was that this is basically the tathir, purification of Mary. This is not purification, this is desecration. This is actually insulting Mary. This is calling Mary someone who was living in an illegitimate relationship with a man she
No,
was not
Billah, you
supposed to
believe this, not me.
This
One
narrative,
second, brother, as your time is coming.
this narrative is not to be found in the Quran or the Sunnah. Okay, this is purely Mirza's own doing, because Mirza did not want to accept the Quran on Jesus speaking for his mother. Mirza himself wrote in his writings that Mary was not impregnated by a supernatural miracle. It was a biological occurrence. Something happened within Mary and she got pregnant. All of this has to be read collectively together. You can't separate these incidents Mirza is bringing up, because Mirza himself is building a
How
narrative.
long are you going to give him, Imran? What is this?
He's almost finished. He's almost finished.
I'm finishing. My question now is that the law of Moses is the law of Allah, and by that virtue, the marriage was illegitimate, because Mirza is calling it illegitimate. According to the law of Allah, the marriage did not take place. It's null and void. That means Mary was living in an illegitimate.
You believe that, not me.
Razi, your time is coming. Just be calm, please.
Yes, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
Razi
Can I get my 2 minutes?
So your 2 minutes are up. Please start. Please respond to the questions. We'd appreciate that.
Okay. Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam, throughout his books, he says the Jews raised this allegation that it's illegitimate. He defends and he says, no, there's no room for allegation because of the situation that arose. I told you earlier that the Torah, the law of Musa at that time, not all of it was from Allah. This law is in the law of Torah, of the actual law of Musa, no doubt. But those elders did not know that, we will have a lady in our temple. She would be so pious, and all of a sudden, miraculously, she'll get pregnant. They didn't know about this. So certain circumstances arose, which is why the elders panicked, and they made this nikah happen because of the panic. In Allah's eyes, she is free of any sin. And this is what Hazrat Ahmed defends, that this is why that nikah had to happen, because of the situation that arose, because she became pregnant, and while she was pregnant, Imtiaz Bhai and Adnan believe it's kufr to say people raised allegations while she was pregnant. They threw all the mufassirin under the bus. They accept that they were raising allegations while she was already pregnant. So Hazrat Ahmed says no room for allegation. He writes that no, it was the Yahudi ulama who went against their own Sharia to protect themselves. And Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam agreed with them. And this was, no one knew this would happen, that a lady would get pregnant. It was a shock. So there's always istisna. So this is istisna in the sight of Allah. She is not qabli itiraz. Imtiaz Bhai says, give us a source, Hakam Adal, the one who is the greatest defender of Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam in our time. Alhamdulillah. I'm here defending Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam from the Yahud, from the Christians, and from the so-called Muslims of our time. He defended Hazrat Maryam. Qable taraz nahi, qable reh. Okay, so this is my answer to your question.
Okay, we appreciate your time. So this is very interesting. So before Imtiaz, brother Imtiaz, you close. So we've had a couple of things that have been clarified. So one, this law was not, this marriage was not legal according to the law of Moses, but there's a claim now that this was somehow legal in the sight of Allah. Now, but the defense being provided is actually defense of because Maryam Islam was forced into this by panicking elders, she's not blameworthy. But that doesn't, not being blameworthy is not the same as something being legal. That's a different question entirely, which you haven't responded to. But it's interesting because what you resorted to.
Are you asking me questions too?
I'm not asking you questions.
So
I'm thinking about Imtiaz. Just be calm.
You don't need extra.
You do. This is why I'm clarifying. The orders.
No, we don't.
I'm giving it. Just be calm. Be calm. You're having a tantrum again.
Amazing job, Imran Bhai. Keep going, brother.
The interesting thing now is that the reference source that you're referring to ultimately in the end is Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, and that was really what we're coming down to, that there is no other source for this claim apart from referring to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. Brother Imtiaz, please, your 2 minutes whenever you want to start.
He defended her, but it's in the books.
Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inshallah, I come toward the point of defending, inshallah. Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Okay, point number 1. Razi, please, when something has already been established, don't try to go back again, basically. No, the point that has been established, kuffar, those who raised allegation on Maryam of zina, according to Mirza Ghulam, they are the elders of Maryam, number 1. They are getting her married, number 2. And they are doing all of that to protect their own dignity in the community. There is no such thing as Mirza Ghulam defending Maryam alayhi salam. If you want, I have got everything ready in the next turn to put on the screen. That's all Mirza said. Don't lie. Second point, you said that, I said that, if anybody raise objection during the Hamal, they are kuffar. Razi, please don't play missionary tactics. Don't play that. I'm saying it last time. I clearly said that this narrative of Ahmadiyya, it is a very specific narrative. And if you are claiming that somebody has this narrative from the Mufassirun, produce him. Don't just try to, play the game. And next point is, not as last point actually, Razi, now inshallah come to the point, because I was intentionally avoiding one thing. You kept saying, first of all, he was Ghulam Ahmed, please correct yourself. He was not Ahmed, he was Ghulam Ahmed, please correct yourself. So Mirza Ghulam Ahmed, not Ahmed, Mirza Ghulam Ahmed, he never said, Razi, never said this nikah was legitimate. Why are you lying? Number one. Number two, Mirza Ghulam never said that Isa alayhi salam spoke in the cradle to testify the purification of his mother. Produce reference.
Okay, Imtiaz bhai, if you allow, give me 30 seconds. I'm just opening that reference, then my time will start, okay?
I put on the screen. Don't worry, I have that ready. I put on the screen that one. You don't need to.
No,
I
give
will
me
do the
one
job for
second.
you.
Give me 1 second.
I will do your job. It's coming on the screen now.
So
There you go.
Quran didn't do a good job. That's why Mirza was needed to come and do the tathhir of Maryam alayhi
I
salam.
put on the screen already. So
No,
he knows
I'm not discussing this one.
Okay, then go ahead. You need to produce the reference in which Mirza Ghulam said that Isa alayhi salam spoke from the cradle to testify his mother.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay,
so
Imtiaz bhai, give me 1 second.
We'll give you time to bring that up. I'm just going to clarify a few points for Brother Imtiaz. So just you find because you're not ready for your reference. So you find your reference. We're going to clarify some of the points. So you raised some very interesting points. So you said actually that the elders were, by forcing Maryam alayhi salam into this nikah illegally, they were actually protecting themselves, and this was nothing to do with the reputation of Maryam alayhi salam. And you raised a very important point, which was nowhere actually, this is the claim that you're making to Razi, is that nowhere did Mirza Ghulam Ahmed ever say that the nikah was legitimate. He did not say that this was a legitimate nikah. He said that there was an exception, there was in the sense of there was a need somehow for this to be the case, that they made this happen, but she's not blameworthy. But there was nowhere that stated this was a legitimate nikah. So really we wanted this clarification from you.
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, I'll start your 2 minutes now.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just share my okay, you can start it now. So Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam clearly what?
Come back in with my phone. Yeah, correct. Sorry,
Okay,
carry.
restart the time, please.
I'll restart it for you, no problem.
Let me put it as actually it's on the screen. Okay, Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam clearly says, so kalam se murad wo khas kalam hai jo Hazrat Masih ne in Yahudiyon se kiya tha, jo ye ilzam unki walida par lagate the. Imtiaz bhai, you have to take it back now. Okay, in your
Wait,
you have to
I will respond.
Why are
I
you
will
cutting me off?
respond.
Why are you cutting me off?
Give me 1 second.
Why are you cutting me off, Imtiaz bhai?
Take 1
This is
second.
not good.
Let
I listen
Razi
to
finish.
you.
Razi, calm down. I'm talking for
Brother,
you.
tell them to calm down.
I am.
Imran bhai, can I clarify my question so he doesn't need to go off
No,
topic? My question.
the clarification is clear, Brother Imtiaz. I know you're talking about from birth, and this is not real talking
Yes.
about birth, but let
Yes.
Brother Razi continue. He's got 1
Yes.
minute 40, so he needs to clarify his point. Please, Brother Razi,
Yes.
carry on.
Okay, so
Bring the reference up again.
I answered the point. I
No,
have
no,
to
you
answer
have-
30
No,
things,
no,
brother.
you
I
haven't-
have
you
to
don't answer this
answer
point.
30 points.
Bring
No,
the reference.
no,
You
two
were
things.
stopped halfway.
Just two things.
Bring the reference again.
Bring
You
the
read it
reference and
halfway.
clarify,
Yes.
please.
Okay,
Yes.
then give me
I've
extra.
frozen your time at 140 when you
This
took
No, I
reference-
have 30 other things to
This
answer as
reference-
well.
We're dealing with this point.
Crucifies.
We don't want to confuse the audience. We're dealing with this
This
point.
reference crucifies Mirza.
This
Bring it
reference
back.
crucifies you all.
So just
Yes,
just read this, please, and we can go through it.
So Imtiaz claimed in the start as well that there is no writing of Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam where he speaks of Isa alayhi salam defending Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam in the Mahad. Okay, the claim that yukallimun nas fil Mahad means she was born and the next second he started speaking. This isn't from the Quran or a Hadith, brother.
Where is the Maha there?
Why are
Where
you
is
why are
the
you
Maha?
cutting me off?
Brother,
Why are you cutting me off?
just
What's
give
this
him a few
poison
moments to finish.
that when the haq comes you have to start speaking?
That's okay, no
Qul
problem.
ja'al haqq wa
Razi,
zahaqa
make your claim.
al-batil.
Razi,
Innal
that's fine.
batila kana
Razi, make your
zahuqa.
claim.
This is
Make
what
your claim.
happens, brother. Then
Razi,
come to
make
the
your
true
claims.
Islam, inshallah. Okay,
No, make your
brother,
claim,
they're
please.
cutting me off. You don't tell them to stop.
I literally
mute
did that.
them, mute
I
them,
literally did
mute
that.
them,
They're not
mute
talking.
them,
They're
mute
not
them.
talking. They're
They
not
do
talking.
talk when I say it's because
Don't worry.
the flow.
I will.
You guys
Razi,
want to ruin the
Razi, you
flow
need to
when
be
you get
calm,
caught
Razi.
on
You're
the
not being
truth.
calm. You're spending more energy in your frustration and having the
Because
tantrum
you're
than
an
answering the
unjust
question.
moderator. You're an unjust moderator.
Thank you
That's
very
why.
much. I really appreciate your
And Allah will
contribution
question you and me.
and us all. So will you
Yeah.
please answer the question now? Come to
Yeah.
the question.
Okay, so this is the ayu kalimun nas fil mahdi wa kahla. Hazrat Ahmed alayhi salam makes it clear that Isa alayhi salam in his childhood defended Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam from the Yahud. Imtiaz just claimed that he presented this narrative to show that the elders, Isa alayhi salam didn't defend his mother. Na'udhu billah min zalik. This is a lie. Okay, this is a clear-cut lie. And the reference he thought I would present, I didn't even present the thought. So I don't know what he researched. Anyhow, now we come back to the questions raised by Adnan. Now I have to open that first. Imtiaz, Imran said, give me 1 second. Where is that? Because I wrote it word for word. I'm just finding it.
I'll pause it for a little bit, yeah, while you find it.
Guys, can you let me in from my phone? I'm going to come back in a few seconds.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so then Brother Imtiaz claimed that he never said it's a kufr akida to say that when Maryam alayhi salam was pregnant, people raised the allegations before the birth of Isa alayhi salam. Brother Muhammad Imtiaz, in your turn, bring the Quran and make oath holding the Quran. Now, when I asked you earlier, you didn't say it's kufr. You have to do that. The Quran is the judge, okay? You have to bring the Quran and make this oath because this is unfair. You did say it's kufr earlier. So did Adnan Rashid, and I'll clip that out, inshallah. Then you said that the where did Mirza Sahib say it was legitimate? I already answered you that he says Yahud itiraz karte hain कि ये नाजायज था. He's responding to the allegations to defend it's legitimate in the eyes of Allah because of the situation that arose.
Thank you very much. Your
Where's
time
the
is
word
up.
Tawheed in the Quran? Does it mean there's no Tawheed in the
Thank you very
Quran?
much.
Jazakum.
Imran bhai, I want to give Razi 10 seconds to clarify one thing. Razi, are you saying that as Muslims believe that Isa alayhi salam spoke from the cradle when a children cannot speak? Are you saying this?
I never said this.
What did you say then?
Brother, are you saying he's the only one who spoke in the cradle?
I
he's
did
not
not say
asking
that, Razi.
Exactly.
Razi, answer his
Then-
question rather than making a
then why
Razi,
are you
my-
asking me that?
Razi, bhai, my
Because,
question, listen, please
brother
don't
Imtiaz,
be emotional, Razi. I
let me
respect you,
clarify.
Razi. Let me state the question again. My question is, are you claiming that according to Mirza Ghulam, Isa alayhi salam spoke from the cradle at an age when a child cannot speak? Are you saying that Mirza Ghulam saying this?
No. Let me answer now. Can
No,
I
thank
answer?
Okay, please.
No, it's
30
brother
seconds.
Brother,
Imtiaz.
he
is asking
asked me a question. What
He was
kind
asking-
of moderating is
Imran bhai,
this?
Imran bhai,
What kind of
Imran bhai.
moderating is
I will
this?
tell you. Well, Imtiaz, 1 second, please.
no question.
Rezi, you need to calm yourself
This is
down.
unex-
Throwing a
Imtiaz
tantrum
bhai,
is not
Imtiaz bhai,
throwing an tantrum does not help.
You're throwing
It's actually
you
Imtiaz.
can't-
It's actually
you're
Imtiaz's
frustrated.
turn, brother Ahmed.
He asked me to
Ahmed,
answer.
calm down,
He
please.
asked
Calm down. He asked you a question before he started his time to clarify one point, and that question was specifically related to the point that I raised when Imtiaz tried to interrupt you, and I stopped him. That we understand that you're making the claim of childhood, but you're not talking about when a child cannot speaking. The miracle that's mentioned within the Quran. This is the clarification. And Brother Imtiaz asked you to clarify that, and you've said that you don't believe this as an Ahmadi from the Ahmadis, that you don't
No,
believe that
you
Jesus spoke from the
didn't
grave.
finish. You didn't let me
No,
finish.
you were given time to answer that
Brother,
specific
Imtiaz bhai,
question. It's
I'm
okay.
keeping this. I'm
Ahmed,
leaving then.
Rezi, just be mute, please,
I'm
while
leaving
Imtiaz's
then, man.
turn.
Imtiaz bhai, I came as
I'm
your
just-
guest because
Ahmadi,
you said
you're
you would
being-
respect me. This is
Ahmadi,
disrespect left,
just be
right.
calm, please.
Imtiaz bhai,
Just
look,
be
we
calm.
started a new year.
Rezi,
You
you
said
need to
you'll let
relax,
me answer
Rezi.
this question. Let me answer
Rezi,
now. Give me 30 seconds.
You're not relaxed, Rezi. You were
Let
just
him
asking
finish.
for
Then you can speak,
clarification.
Razi. Razi, you can speak. Let him finish. You can speak afterward. Imran bhai, please.
Okay. How much do harm you want me to give him, Brother Imtiaz?
Imran bhai, give him 30 seconds to
Okay.
tell us that from the reference he quoted, because our question was Mirza Ghulam Qadiani disbelieves in the miracle that Isa alayhi salam spoke from the cradle as a child of the age when a child cannot speak. This
Quran
is the
doesn't
miracle.
say that. Quran
Can I
doesn't
complete?
say
You can
that.
answer in your 30 seconds.
Razi,
yeah.
look, allow me to finish, Razi. So, Imran bhai, this was my question. So,
Yes,
the
sorry.
answer he gave clearly that they don't believe in this miracle of Isa alayhi salam, that he
Yes.
spoke from the cradle at an age when a child cannot speak. That's all I wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Can I
So
answer now? Give me
Yeah,
30
you got 30
seconds.
seconds. You can
Okay.
clarify that.
So if you read the ayah, Brother Imtiaz, you're misquoting the ayah. The ayah says, Yukallimun nasa fil mahdi wa kahla. People always speak in the kahal age. This shows that the ayah is referring to certain kalam which Isa alayhi salam spoke in the cradle because everyone speaks in kahal. So Allah puts them together to show that these were the two times he defended his mother and did elan of his nabuwa. First time through visions, second time to the Yahud. So you're misquoting the ayah, brother.
Okay, at what age this kalam happened? At what age?
The mahad 2 to 4.
2 to 4. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank
And
you for clarifying.
in your turn, you will produce the evidence from your Ahmadi that it was at the age of 2 to 4. Okay, note
And
it down.
if I do,
That's
No,
fine.
if you do it,
That's
and then we
fine.
go from there. So, Brother Imtiaz, it's your 2 minutes now. Please, you're going to respond to this.
Yeah.
Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So first of all, I want to show people that it's not that just denying the miracle of Isa alayhi salam speaking from the cradle. It is the next level of mocking. This is a tafsir of Surah Maryam by the God's appointed reformer of Jamaat Ahmadiyya, Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud, the second caliph. Okay. He is basically saying that if we believe that Isa alayhi salam spoke from the cradle, दिस इज गोया मसीह का पहला मौजज़ा झूठा था, वो नबी नहीं था, मगर इसने कहा कि मैं नबी हूं. So basically Mirza Bashir is saying that if we believe that Isa spoke as a child from the cradle, it means that we are declaring him as a liar in his first miracle of speech. Number one. Number two, and then basically Mirza Bashir Mahmud says that this kalam was at the age of 30. So now you need to produce evidence and you need to reconcile both of them. Mirza Bashir is giving a full argument that this kalam happened at the age of 30. You claiming Mirza Ghulam said it happened at the age of 2. If Mirza Ghulam was the Hakam and Adal, what gave Mirza Bashir right to disagree with Hakam and Adal? You need to clarify this today. Okay? And then after that, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Okay, which you are not answering. Where did Mirza Ghulam ever said that the nikah of Maryam was jais or legitimate or legal or anything? You are lying, Razi, on the stream. He never said this. All he did, he was trying to give explanation that why this haram act is okay for Maryam. He gave the explanation for a haram act. He's saying that the family was forced into this situation So we have to have sympathy for the family. He never said the nikah was legitimate. If he ever said, please produce the evidence. My only question to you in your turn is, please produce the evidence, number one, and you need to reconcile the Muslim Maud and Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, because you said Mirza Ghulam said it was age of 2 or 4.
So, Brother Imran, you tell me don't call people liars. When they do it, you sit there, relax. So I leave Allah to be the judge between us on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, inshallah. Now, Imtiaz Bhai raised many points. I'll answer one by one. I wrote them all. You didn't answer my ayah. Yukallimun nasa fil mahdi wa kahla. Someone's on mute. I hear stuff. Yukallimun nasa fil mahdi wa kahla. Is speaking in kahla mu'jiza? Of course not. So why is Allah saying that? It's because it's khas kalam. For a Messiah like Isa, these were 2 times Allah is speaking of 2 specific incidents. So Mahad is still mu'jiza. It's a big mu'jiza that a child of 2 years, Allah gives him wahi ilham, he defends his mother from the ulama Yahud. You know, we as elders at this age, even if a Sunni scholar sits in front of me and starts raising allegations, I respect him, but I can't speak from like Hazrat Isa defended his mother like that, because obviously that was Allah helping Isa in every instant. So it is a mu'jiza. You need to understand the miracle and not say that a baby was born and he started speaking. That's not the mu'jiza, number one. Then you said, how do you reconcile with Khalifa Sani radiallahu anhu and Hazrat Masih Maud? Khalifa Sani himself said, nothing I said goes against the Messiah and he is the judge. So here Khalifa Sani is speaking specifically about the thing you said that agar koi ke that he is a Nabi is lying. Ja'alani Nabiyan. If you take that literally, I hear live say that if someone takes that literally, he's going against the Quran, because Isa wasn't a Nabi from birth, in the sense that his mission said in Mufti Shafi Usmani, he agrees with me. He says that these were meant dreams and inspirations. I have the reference if you want, that Isa was speaking. It doesn't mean he was a Nabi from birth. So there's no contradiction. I have Hazrat Ahmed's writings where he says, Isa ne mahad mein kalam kiya, the al-Hakaman. I believe it's the same one Imtiaz presented. So we believe the miraculous kalam. Imtiaz, but you have to take it back. And now namaz is in 15 minutes. So if you want, I can do my wudu, I can come back.
I agree with you, Razi. Inshallah, we end in 15 minutes. So, Bismillahir Rahman. Inshallah, my time. I start now. Inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, whatever. You can go. My phone just died after update family, but go.
Okay, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Point number 1, Razi, because you said something on the live stream that, oh, I'm calling you liar. Look, Razi, if you produce from the books of Mirza Ghulam, where he said that the marriage of Maryam was jaiz, legitimate according to law of Moses, I will take my words back and I will apologize. And if you don't do that, what would you call it? Because you said in the stream that ye nikah, Hazrat Ahmed said ye nikah jaiz tha. It was legitimate. So you need to produce reference, or what would you call it, this one? Okay, number 1. And number 2, because I want to now close the conversation. Listen this reference from Tafsir of Surah Maryam, Tafsir Kabir, Volume 7, page 242. ये बात याद रखने की है कि अगर महद से मुराद बचपन का जमाना लिया जाए और ये समझा जाए कि मसीह अभी दो दूध पीते बच्चे थे कि आपने कलाम किया, तो इन आयात में जिस कदर बातें उन्होंने की हैं वो सारी की सारी झूठी बनती हैं. Mirza Bashir is saying that if you believe that Isa alayhi salam spoke when he was a child of breastfeeding age, and he was within the breastfeeding age, okay, then he said that all of these things are lies. And you said that he spoke at the age of 2. Now, Mirza Bashir is saying, if you say that Isa spoke as a child when he was being breastfed, it is a lie. Look, ye tamam baatein jhoothi banti hain. And you saying that Hakam and Adal, no, you need to tell us that what gave Mirza Bashir right to disagree with Hakam and Adal, because you said that for you Hakam and Adal is the authority. So I did not ask you 10 questions, okay? I only asked you 2 questions. Produce evidence when Mirza Ghulam said that this nikah was jaiz according to law of Moses. And number 2, produce evidence to reconcile this one.
Perfect. Beautiful. Jazakallah, Imtiaz. But you just made everything so easy. My phone's dead, so I can't time. Imtiaz, Imran, you can start my time. Alhamdulillah. So now Imtiaz started by saying that I have to reconcile where Hazrat Muslim radiallahu anhu said, Dood pita bacha, fisaluhu fi amain. 2 years is the breastfeeding age. I don't believe Isa started speaking when he was breastfed. Hazrat Ahmed I said 2 se 4 bursts. I made that clear. I don't believe as a bacha, as a little child, Isa was just born and he said, Ana Nabi, I am a Nabi. I don't believe that. I believe that's against the Quran. I'm with Hazrat Muslim radiallahu anhu. Then you said that if you produce some of the books of Hazrat Ahmed al-Islam where he said this marriage was jais, you will apologize. Brother, I'm not a hafiz of his book. I'm giving you the khulasa, the summary. He definitely declared it jais because he al-Islam said that ye log itaraz karte hain. He says that people itaraz karte hain, lekin ye majboori thi, and then he says no qabil itaraz, no allegation. She is free. He says ye log kehte hain, main unko ye jawab deta hu. They say this, I refute them. She was pure, no sin. So that is your answer for number one. It was Allah knew what would happen regarding the miraculous birth. No one else knew. So those circumstances allowed that marriage in the sight of Allah, even though outwardly it was against the Sharia Musa, but Allah knew. Allah knows more than everyone, and Allah knew such circumstances would occur, so they're all forgiven, and the nikah is jais, so is the awlad. So we reconcile like this, and Hazrat Muslim Maud's tafsiri notes also mention that this isn't any ordinary kalam, it's mu'jizana kalam, and he accepts the Mahd narrative as well there. He does not say that Hazrat Ahmed al-Islam, when he said this, he was wrong or anything. He's giving another view of the tafsir that when he said, Ja'alani Nabiyan, he was already 30 years plus. Jazakumullah. Imtiaz bhai,
Okay.
4 more
Okay.
minutes I have.
Your time is up.
Inshallah, Imran bhai, because he-
Last turn each.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
Adnan bhai, because he wants to leave, I just want to, inshallah, quickly summarize these two things with him. So, inshallah, Bismillah, my time starts
And
now,
Imtiaz
inshallah.
bhai, you promise me I can get one turn for those references.
But if you said something, then I have to respond.
That's fine.
If he's not able to remain for the response, then that's up to him.
but guys,
Okay,
guys, is he
Sorry.
even answering questions? Is he
No.
even not answering?
Adnan bhai, let me
so-
complete.
Absolutely not.
Adnan bhai,
Yeah,
he's
so-
going
so-
anyways. Adnan
So
bhai,
the
Let-
reason,
let
one
him-
point here
let
is
him-
that because he's not answering, we understand that the answers are not forthcoming, but he's
Yeah,
leaving,
yeah.
so we're just going to allow Brother Imtiaz to wrap
Yeah,
this.
but why are we wasting any more time then? I mean, look, if the answer is not coming, a lot of people are getting frustrated in the comment section as well that this guy is not
I
answering
understand.
any questions. Okay, so if he's not giving
Adnan bhai,
answers
can I just make one
respectfully,
request, Adnan bhai?
we can
Just
let
one
him go
request.
and bring. Yeah.
Just one request, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's, because I don't want him to say afterward that he had some strong point, he did not get the chance. This will be my
Listen,
last turn.
he had multiple 2 minutes slots. Okay, I think he spoke half the time. For 2 hours, this guy was speaking out of 4
All
hours.
you did
Okay,
was
Razi, calm
Cut
down.
off,
You're talking over the person.
so
please don't do that.
so
They
this
do it
at least
too. They do
this excuse. At least this excuse of these Murabbis and missionaries is gone, that we don't allow them to speak. We
Adnan
cut
bhai,
them.
I
No,
understand.
cut me
Adnan
off.
bhai, I totally agree with you and Imran bhai and the viewers, but let me, inshallah, Razi, I take my last turn. After that, you are more than welcome to take your last turn on this topic. But look, as a principle, whatever I'm going to say, you are more than welcome to respond, but you don't bring any new point, okay? This is a principle.
Except the references you said I can show.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So point number one, I want viewers to pay attention to Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud. And because Razi now wants to go, I have everything ready as a reference. Mirza Bashiruddin believes that this kalam or speech of Eisa was at the age of 30. Number one. And according to, he did not produce any reference, Razi. You did not produce, but you are claiming that Mirza Ghulam said it was at the age of 2. Now, this is a clear contradiction, either because at the age of 2 or at the age of 30. Now, my question was, Mirza is the Hakam and Adal. Why Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud went against Hakam and Adal? That was my question. Okay, then. Second point is, you said something very strange. You said that this nikah of Maryam was outwardly against the law of Moses. Razi, don't forget, are you becoming a Batani now? Like a Batani firqa? Because the Sharia is applied on Zahir. On the Zahir. Sharia deals with the Zahir, with the outward apparent. And when this nikah is outwardly, apparently against the law of Moses, it makes it against law of Moses. You can't just use the word outwardly now before going just to hide or just to make up something. Don't play this game, Razi, please. And next thing is, Razi, you are not addressing one important point. You keep saying, wo kehte hain, wo kehte hain. Mirza Ghulam said, we produce reference already. These were the elders of Maryam who are saying that this is fornication you have committed. Not wo kehte hain. Elders kehte hain. The elders of the Maryam are saying that you have committed fornication. And elders of the Maryam got her married with Joseph the carpenter. What do you mean, wo kehte hain, wo kehte hain? Don't play the game, okay? These are the elders of Maryam. And now you have to, and you have already said, you said that these people are kuffar. You said already on stream. It means that the elders of the Maryam, those who are the custodian of the Maryam, they are the kuffar. So Mirza Ghulam is taking from the kuffar narrative.
Jazakallah. You can start my time. So first, the Imtiaz claimed he has all the references. Brother, alhamdulillah, we have more references than you, by the grace of Allah the Almighty. So Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Sani radiallahu anhu, I already answered that. He never went against Hazrat Masih Maud al-Islam. He gave another aspect of tafsir, which is normal in tafsir. If you say this is a contradiction, then all your mufassirin, all they did their entire lives was contradict each other. Now you asked for the reference of 2 to 4 years. Can you show my screen, please?
Yeah.
So this reference says Khurd Sali ki Umar, and the next reference says Do se char bars. Okay.
That's fine.
The second reference says Do se char bars. So we
That's fine.
accept that he defended Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, defended Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam. So you were absolutely wrong when you said that we
No, no, no.
deny.
Razi,
Brother,
please,
why are
Razi.
you cutting me
No,
off,
let him
brother?
finish,
Why are
please,
you
inshallah.
cutting me off? Is it
That's
to
okay.
ruin the flow?
It's okay. Just carry
I
on. You
apologize.
keep your flow
I
going.
apologize.
When I speak, Imran, you cut me off, you mute
Razi,
me.
I
When they
apologize,
speak,
Razi.
you just let them freely
Razi,
cut
let
me
your
off.
flow
It's
carry
about
on,
the
please.
flow.
Razi, I
Imtiaz Bhai,
apologize.
look, I respect you
Your
as
flow
a brother
carry
in
on, please.
humanity. It's about the flow, brother
You're
Imtiaz.
you're
Why
not.
are you cutting me off? Continue my time.
Because you're
Continue
asking
my
you to
time.
get back into your
Continue
flow.
my time. I don't need the time anymore. Keep it going. Brother Imtiaz, look, we come here as your guest, right?
You're such a drama queen. Just go and continue.
Great moderation, Imran Bhai. Mashallah. Mashallah.
This
Nandi,
is
amazing.
just gaslighting. Allow him to finish.
Amazing.
I'm quiet. I want you to
I
finish.
think the last 50 seconds, I should just praise how great your moderation. That
Thank
you
you.
let others mock me. You don't stop them.
I
But when
appreciate
we
I feel
speak,
I
yes,
feel the
Allah will
pain.
question you. Allah's
I feel
walking.
I feel
Last
the pain.
point.
I appreciate
I
Last
feel the pain.
point. No
I
one mocked you.
sympathize.
Now you're cutting off too, mashallah. Great moderating. As for the thing of the elders being kuffar, they were not Muslim. They rejected the miraculous birth. They had doubts on it. Hazrat Isa alayhi salam had to speak to remove those doubts. They still rejected him. They still raised allegations. Okay? They still raised allegations, which is why they persecuted. And Allah says in the Quran, Buhtan and Azima, they're your Muslim brothers. They're not my brothers. They were under the wrath of Allah. After that incident happened, anyone who rejected him and mocked Maryam alayhi salam, they're finished. Now,
Thank you very much,
Imtiaz
Razi.
Bhai, now I have to go for namaz. Give me
We really
30
appreciate your
seconds
time.
to present the references and I'll leave.
Imran Bhai, give him the time to present something because
Okay.
we promised him. We promised him.
Okay, so 30 seconds are going to be up. So have your references ready?
No, give me
Razi,
1 minute for this. I'm sure.
Razi,
1 minute.
Razi,
You
look,
talk for 30 seconds.
Razi, on the reference you want to produce, if you are going to come back after Salah, we can have a back and forth,
I
right?
won't
But
come
if,
back. I won't
no,
come
no,
back.
but if you only wanted to present, then obviously
You can answer.
who
Yeah.
will present the point then?
You can present it. That's fine. I won't
Okay, that's
reply.
fine.
That's
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
Jazakallah. So give me 1 minute for
No worries. Adnan Bhai, you can speak in the meantime.
yeah. Imran, but you have to give me 1 minute. No, I'm ready to present it. I'm ready to
Okay,
present
okay, please
Your
go
time will
ahead.
start.
Go
We'll
ahead.
start
it. Okay,
speaking.
so last,
He
why are you
doesn't want
cutting
me to
me off,
speak.
brother Adnan?
So yaar, go ahead, yaar.
Brother Adnan, you know,
हाँ, और
out
यार
of
किधर
all of them,
यार
we've
कहीं
met in person. I
कहीं हार्ट
respect you, but
रजी
बोलने दो मुझे यार.
रजी
मुझे
कहीं हार्ट
पता है
अटैक ना हो
दिल
जाए
में
तुझे यार
फिक्र आ रही है आपके
Okay,
दिल
guys,
में कि
you're
हक
waiting
वाजे हो रहा है
time.
लेकिन
You've got a minute.
इजाजत
I'll
है.
start it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jazakallah. So this is just the reference I wanted to present because last stream brother Muhammad Imtiaz, Adnan Rashid and Imran Bhai were saying that how could someone be pregnant for 5 months and not know? And Imtiaz on record, it's on record, claimed that. Why are you cutting me off?
Don't imagine you're doing the same thing again.
Brother, someone okay.
Carry on.
Anyhow, they claimed that in 4 months she didn't know she was pregnant. Up to 5 months she didn't know. According to Hazrat Ahmed Al-Asam, he did not say that. He says वो ख्वाब सच्ची थी और साथ ही उसके हमल हो गया जिससे मरियम मुद्दत तक बेखबर रही मुद्दत तक. Then he says 4 to 5 months after that, people raised the allegation. Now this reference of Malfuzat makes it even more clear. He says, और यही उसने सोचा कि खामोश रहूं. Maryam thought I should remain silent. लेकिन 4-5 महीने के बाद जब पेट बड़ा और पर्दा ना रह सका, then she spoke. So brother Imtiaz, I hope you take that back.
No,
Jazakallah for
I'm
the
not gonna take anything back, Razi. If you want
That's
to
fine.
say,
I have to go for Salah.
Are you done? Are you done, Razi?
Yes, I'm done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Razi,
I hope
Razi,
in the future we can have
are you
better
happy?
moderating.
Did we give you the time to present your point of view?
This one, yes, nothing
We
on
will
the
never
other
agree
one.
to this question.
Imtiaz,
Imtiaz,
really
you know it was
appreciate.
unjust.
We
mate.
appreciate.
You know
Imtiaz,
it.
Imtiaz, can I quickly ask Razi a question?
No, I'm
Quickly.
leaving
No,
now.
no,
He's
he has to
leaving.
go.
No,
Marwan
he
is
wants to
leaving,
go.
so you can
Okay,
continue.
Imtiaz
Okay.
Bhai, but one last thing I want to just quickly say. I truly believe that you tried. So I believe you fulfilled your promise on Twitter.
Brother
But
Ahmed,
brother, why are you cutting me off?
because
Stop
all you're
speaking,
doing is you're
brother.
doing your standard
All you do
of
is
making a
speak and
complaint
get
because you're making a
emotional.
complaint.
You
It's not
get
appreciated. It's not appreciated.
Assalamu alaikum.
Because
Assalamu
what
alaikum.
all the
Assalamu
best.
alaikum.
Take care now. Thank you. Now before we go forward, guys,
Imran Bhai, just one sorry request. Just because he presented something before he left, just let me say something, inshallah, very quickly. Inshallah.
I would also like Brother Marwan to give a summary of
Yeah,
what's happened.
definitely.
Before we get our next guest on, I think it would be
He's been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
appreciate Brother Marwan.
Brother Imtiaz,
So
please go
Imran Bhai, basically one thing, the actual question was that Mirza Ghulam saying, as Razi presented, this was at the age of 2 or 4. Bashiruddin Mahmud saying it was at the age of 30, and he said that if you say it was in the childhood, it's basically you are declaring a liar. Okay, so now this thing was the actual question. And Razi did not give us any reconciliation between these two things. That was point number one. Point number two is, he said, because as everybody knows, because he said on the public platform that why Imran Bhai allow me to call him liar, etc. Razi, I gave you the opportunity. You said that Mirza Ghulam said that this nikah was legitimate. I said, if you present the reference, I will take my words back. You said that I am not the hafiz of the books of Mirza Ghulam. I can understand that, but there is no reference you produce. So this is not like a accusation. This is a statement of fact. But the day you will produce evidence, I will publicly come and apologize. Simply no problem in that. Okay, then point number three. You said that Isa alayhi salam has to speak. Razi, obviously you will watch this stream later on. Imran Bhai and Adnan Bhai, look at this one. According to Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmood, this entire matter remained a secret for 30 years. At the age of 30, when Maryam came back to her hometown, because people still remember the whole incident, that is when they raised objection. That is when Isa alayhi salam spoke at the age of 30. So this is, I want to bring on record that for 30 years, there was no clarification on the character of Maryam alayhi salam from the Ahmadiyya narrative. Okay. And last point is, Adnan Bhai was saying in the beginning, why did you say the dream, the khab? At the end, he produced reference in which it clearly says khab. This was a khab. And in the entire discussion, he never tried to reconcile the kashaf and khab. If something is khab, it cannot be kashaf. If something is kashaf, it cannot be khab. And that's why I wanted to give us the definition and then reconcile them. He knew this problem. He did not try to define kashaf and khab. Alhamdulillah. He tried to accuse me that I only use khab. The khab was the word of Mirza Ghulam himself. Okay, and the kashaf, because Razi claimed the kashaf was as well. I can understand. Mirza had said many things, no problem. But then you need to reconcile how one thing can be kashaf and khab at the same time.
Brother Imtiaz, could you clarify the terms? Could you clarify these terms for the?
Oh yes,
for the
yes.
Speaking?
Basically, brothers and sisters, khab or dream is when you are in state of sleeping. Okay, now I leave it to the doctors that at what phase of sleeping you have dream. That's a different discussion, but it is a phase of your sleeping when you have dream. And kashaf, first of all, this kashaf thing is very disputed thing between the scholars. Ilham is something else, kashaf is something else. With regard to the kashaf thing, it is something when you see something in a state when you are neither sleeping nor awake. It is a state when you are neither sleeping nor awake. In this state, you see something unusual. That's called the kashaf. So was it a dream when she was sleeping, or was it a kashaf when she wasn't sleeping? So this was the thing he was going to reconcile, but we can understand he might have forgotten that, but I want to bring on record.
Okay, with regards to the whole topic, okay, the Quran is very clear. Surah Maryam, I mean, if you read it, it's very clear where, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, verse 29, فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ, she pointed to it, okay, or to him. Okay, قالوا كيف نكلم من كان في المهدي صبيا. This is so categorical that one cannot possibly spin this verse. Surah Maryam, verse 29. She pointed to him, and they said, the accusers, they said, how do we speak to someone who is in the cradle and infant? So the question in itself has the answer, how old this person was, because they are astonished. They are in a state of surprise that how do you expect us to talk to an infant in the cradle? This is what the Quran is saying. And Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmood didn't have the sense to even read the Quran and understand it. Categorically stated that he was a baby in the cradle from where he spoke to defend his mother, saying, Qala inni Abdullah atani al-kitaba wa ja'alani nabiyya. Okay, he spoke from the cradle that Allah has given me a book, okay, and I am a prophet. So this is categorically stated in the Quran. The fact that we are even discussing this with Qadianis is an absolute, absolutely mind-blowing, fact. Why? Because Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmood, for him to claim that he was 30 years old, or even for Mirza Ghulam Ahmed Qadiani by Razi's confession to say that he was 2 to 4 years old, both of these positions go against the Quran, both of them, because 2 to 4 can speak. 2 to 4 can speak. 2 years old children can speak. They can say so many words. I have a 1.5 years old nephew. He speaks. He talks. He has basic conversation. Right? A 4 years old can speak clearly. So why would they be astonished when Maryam pointed to him and said, she didn't say, she pointed to him and they said, قالوا كيف نكلم من كان في المهد صبيا. How do we speak to someone who is in the cradle, an infant? So both positions, Mirza's position and Mirza Bashiruddin's position, both positions are dismantled by the Quran. They are going against the Quran. They are Razi doesn't realize before he went, he shot himself in the foot and he shot himself in the head as well, metaphorically, because Qadianis love metaphors. Okay, yeah. So he shot himself because Mirza gives 2 to 4 years and Bashiruddin gives 30 years. Both of these positions are directly against the Quran. They contradict the Quran, right? So this is just absolute. These people.
Adnan
They're
bhai,
just playing with. Yeah.
Adnan bhai, I just want to make one commercial after that. Marwan bhai, you can speak after that. Adnan bhai, look at this one. I said before, when there was 4 months pregnancy, these kuffar, according to the confession of Mirza Ghulam and Razi, the kuffar elders of Maryam, they got her married with Joseph, and the Joseph took her away, and the birth takes place in a different place, and then they stayed there according to Bashir for 9 years. So the whole matter got covered. Why Islam need to speak in the cradle? Okay. Secondly, if a woman, as according to Mirza Ghulam's narrative, if Maryam alayhi salam was already engaged with a man Joseph, she was firna or moving around with the Joseph. After pregnancy, she was living with the Joseph. On what basis, when she gives birth to a child, she gonna claim this is a virgin birth? Because you clouded the whole narrative. When she was engaged with a man, thinning with a man, living with a man, and then giving birth, what is the point of Isa speaking and testifying to anything? Okay, so all of these I call the holes in the narrative. But obviously, as you have all seen, we were only able to discuss 1 or 2 points, let alone I put 19 points.